In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the HTRC B6 V2 balance charger. Now, this thing has a lot of functions, which is pretty insane. It has some of the functions that a super expensive charger would have, such as a power supply. And it also has some other things as well, which we're going to cover in this video. However, this is by far the best value charger currently on the planet. And you're like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, previously there's another one that looked like this, which was blue, but it only charged lipos. However, the V2 here, or whatever this is, can charge everything. High volt, lipo, LiLo, lithium ion, everything. Huge shout out to PCB Wave for sponsoring this video, and right now they're running a pretty massive promotion. If you're looking to get your PCBs done, such as for example my open hardware flight controller or anything else, you can go ahead and check them out. I'll have links to them down below, which is something really nice and very attractive, and also the price is even more attractive, which is $30. But it doesn't even end there. They also give you this wire right here. I'm like, okay, well, what the hell is this wire for? This will allow you to charge basically in the field on a car battery, which is really great. All you got to do is put this on your car's battery, this side right here, the black one to the minus, the red one to the positive, and stick it right here, and you'll start charging in the field. Now, it is only a single port up to a 6S charger. However, when you combine it with something like a balance charger like I do, for example this XT30 charger right here, which is really great. It's been working absolutely flawless. This is how I charge my 3S HVs. Now, this is a really attractive deal right here, and it can get you going very quick and very fast for very cheap. You can also buy balance chargers for XT60s, which will basically make this charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batteries, but it is at a maximum of 6 amps. That's the power supply. It's a maximum of 6 amps, which they even also provide the power supply, which is this guy right here, which again is something really great. However, some people are like, oh no, but I want a dual. Oh no, but I want a 4-channel charger. Well, if you think about it that way, go see how much a 4-channel charger would cost. That would cost anywhere around $200 for a good one. But if you wanted 4 battery charging or 4 dedicated ports for charging, then just buy 4 of these. The overall cost will just be $120. So this is by far just an amazing deal. And you could just even have this as a backup, or just when you go out into the field, which is really great. This could be your field charger, for example. It is all metal. It's not plastic, which is something pretty crazy for this amount of price right here. I find that pretty crazy. The whole thing is acting like a heatsink, and it has all the features that you ever want and that every other charger has, basically. So let's take a look at some of the things they provide us with before getting into the software side and seeing all the functions it has. So as you can tell, we have these banana clips to a T-type connector, and what that is, they also give you this thing right here. So you could easily charge, you know, those RC car batteries, because they usually come like this. But you also have this adapter for you to charge any XT60 battery as well. So this is provided right in the box for you. Also, this right here, which is actually pretty interesting. It's not the same one that I showed you for your car battery. It's different. And that again would go on the output, which would be on the side right here. And now that would go right here. We got our positive and a negative. And the balance ports we have up to a 6S, which is really great. And most of these run 6S. Now I'm like, okay, what the hell can I use this for right here? Well, that comes down to its extra features that even my $300 charger doesn't even have. Which is, if we go to the extra functions, obviously we have a battery meter, the resistance and lithium balancer, but here it is, digital power. You can output power, so you could set this to 12 volts, 9 volts, whatever, and then set the amperage and then press start. It'll start outputting that power to this right here, so you can provide power to just about anything you want. And this function alone right here, I mean, I don't know if it has any, you know, security functions. I really would just be careful not shorting this out. I don't know what would happen, and I really don't want to do it because I really want to use this because it's so small and it's going to be just very useful everywhere. So I don't want to short it out and screw it up. But what's really cool is, you know, if you wanted to get a dedicated power supply, that would probably cost you at least $100. So this is pretty crazy. For $30, you get charging and this. It's just insane right here. So they're doing something really great there in China right now. So right now we're on the program select, so we could choose what program we want to use currently, and I'm just going to zoom in here just to make it a little bit easier to see everything. So we see we have lithium. So once you go into lithium, you see we have lithium high volt. I've already changed this, but what you do is you just click again and you change the kind of battery that you want. So we can see we have Lipo, lithium high volt, Lilo, and Life battery. So we're going to stick to Lipo right now, and then we can choose all this stuff, but I don't want to choose it just yet. All right, so there we go. So we're on discharge right now, and we also have balance charging, and we also have charging, and we also have fast charge if you're in a hurry. This won't do the trickle charging towards the end, and I usually end up using this most of the time when I'm in a hurry, which is a really nice extra feature they have. But I'd always recommend you do just a normal charge, because that would charge it perfect right there. Balance charge is also pretty good. That's more precision when you're charging. As you can tell, we can go up to a maximum of 6 amps, and obviously we can go to a maximum of a 6S here. Yep, maximum of 6S. And if you want to start charging, once you choose everything, then you would just hold the start right here. It'll check the battery. Obviously we don't have a battery connected, so it's not going to start charging. And if you ever think that it might charge from these alone, it doesn't. So if you ever plug your battery, you think it's going to start charging, no, you need to connect these two right here. Now if we go back, we also have nickel metal hydride here. So we could charge both of them right there, as you can tell. And the maximum charge current would be, let's see, I think 6 amps also. Everything is 6 amps here. It's just, it's the max that the power supply could actually output, which is 6 amps. We could also discharge. We could also do some cycles, so it's really nice in that perspective. Here we have the lead acid, which is basically like a car battery here. So you can charge, you can discharge, and you can charge again. So yeah, it's pretty basic. You get everything you want. User settings, I have the beeper on. Usually this is on, so on every click you click, it'll just make a noise like that, which I kind of found pretty annoying. So I just turned mine off. Completion ring, you could have it beep for 1 minute or so when it finishes. Cycle waste time, I don't know what that's for. Low input voltage, so this is really useful if you're charging off a battery voltage, like a car's battery, and the car is turned off. You can set a low voltage input cutoff. So when this is connected to a car battery, obviously it's going to be connected here. So when your car's battery gets to 10 volts, it'll shut itself off, but that's too low for a car battery. So you might want to increase that or keep that in mind. You can also connect a 4S. You can connect up to a 4S maximum on the side here. This is why I'm saying car battery. Don't put 5S, don't put 6S, or you'll burn this thing. So it takes a maximum input of 4S if you're going to plug in some sort of a battery to charge, or just a car battery is the perfect voltage for this. So just keep that in mind. That's very useful. We have a temperature sensor, the external temperature sensor, which actually gets connected over here, but I just don't know where to buy this. I've never seen a capacity cutoff. We can leave that for later. Safety timer. So the safety timer, if it's charging one battery for 240 minutes, obviously something is wrong and it'll disconnect it. You probably want to set this to like 30 minutes or so. Charge power. You can even limit the charge power here. So maximum is 80 watts. We'll just keep it at 80. So this is the presets for the types of batteries. So Lipo will stop at 4.2 volts as the maximum charge. And the discharge, you could set it here. This is the Lipo discharge is going to stop at 3.2 volts. The lithium high volt charge, 4.35 volts. Discharge, 3.3 volts. The Lilo, 4.1. Oh, this is lithium ion, sorry. The lithium ion, 3.1 again for the discharge. And then life charge is going to be 3.65. So you can change these as you please. And usually where you'd want to change those would be if, for example, it's not 100% calibrated. And what do I mean by that? Usually these won't come 100% calibrated. So for example, it'll say it's 4.2 volts here, but it might be 4.195 volts. So you can just increase a little extra volt there on the termination. Thus you basically kind of calibrated it and you should be good to go. So keep that in mind, but usually they come pretty good out of the box. I've never really had to do that before, but it's always something to keep in mind as well. So back to my topic. So if you wanted something with dual charging, I think your best bet would basically buy 2 of these and some of these parallel charging boards, which are very useful. I love this one right here. This is the one I charge on my XT30s for my toothpicks, which are really, really great. And it has a fuse, but the fuses are soldered into place. so you'd have to desolder if something screws up, but it just works. I mean, I never have any problems with this, and it just works fine. So, you know, you can get 4 of these for 120, so you'll have basically 4 dedicated charges. If one goes bad, you still have more to go. Not that these ever go bad, but yeah, it's, you know, it's a really great value. Or the V1 of this, the older version, didn't have high volt, didn't have lithium ion. It just had lipo, some discharge, some nickel metal hydride, and also some lead acid. But it didn't have the extra functionality like also the power supply mode, which is really, really useful. You could say, okay, I give me 12 volts, but don't go over 1 amp, which is really nice with current limiting. So I really like that here, that they've done that. And it would be very useful if you're going to be testing something like, for example, video transmitter. You can set 12 volts and put 1 amp and see if it powers up or something. So it's very useful in that perspective. You completely isolate the VTX from the quadcopter to make sure it's working or not, or a camera or anything of that nature. It's a very, very useful tool, more than you think. And, well, everything's linked down below, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Come join my Patreon. I only have 6 new Patreons this month. And also, just a reminder, new Patreons get their own specific giveaway at the end of the month. So it's going to be between those 5. I think I'm going to have two giveaways for the new Patreons. And my old Patreons, I'm doing a ton of giveaways, like I think 12 in total this month, or if not more, possibly. And, well, that's it, guys. Everything's linked down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.